Bearish, bullish. I would be pretty bullish, man, to be honest, with the fact that the government's reopening. But we got to clean up some lows here, I believe, first before we do that. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see. We have to just stay patient, see what it gives us. Spot on yesterday, yeah. The book map, man. Book map's a cheat code. Wall hacks. I think we will get a little bit of a pullback first, to be honest. I think we're going to clean up some of these lows. We still have some lows left over on ES here that I think we're going to clean up. We did just take London on NQ. I think we got to clean up these lows, and then we'll see where it goes. Where am I listening to news? I just had the news program on my TV. So I got a TV streaming service. It's the news channel. There's squawks that you can pay for, though. Market Squawk. There's a couple of good ones. Bloomberg has a really good one. They get annoying because they just yell at you, literally squawking at you. What's up? Good morning. Yeah, I'm glad you guys made some money. It sounded like a lot of people made some money on those calls. What's up, Robbie? YouTube delay so much better today? Nice. Hopefully it stays that way. Habs class was good. It was good. Had a quiz, didn't perform my best on that, but then I had the third half of a midterm, or the third third of a midterm. The third portion. It was based on kanji. I felt pretty good about that. I don't want to jinx it, but just send this text real quick. Yeah, it was good. Appreciate you asking. Yeah, I'm not Candle Kid. I'm not interested in anything that goes on right now. We still got 30 minutes until open. We got 30 minutes until open. I'm waiting for that. I think even if we clean up these lows right now, I'm not concerned with taking anything. A lot of people made money in here yesterday, partially because of you, whether they admit it or not. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't need the recognition. I don't care about that. As long as people are getting something out of it, that's all I care about. It is a good feeling to know that some people are benefiting. What's up, JW? How's it going, man? What's up, Haley? Clear shorts today, but definitely not trading. Don't feel confident with this PA. What makes you think it's clear shorts, Ben? It's a previous Asia. It's a previous Asia session. It's a low from a previous. I mark out pretty far down, up and down. Thinking bullish. Christian's so good. I don't know about all that, man. Failure swings and multiple S&T breaks on the 5 1 hour. Okay, so you're thinking it's bearish just for the next hour or so, or you think all day long it's going to be? Because I would agree with you. I think for the next at least 30 minutes, we're probably going to clean up some lows here. But I would think overall on the day with the government reopening, I mean, I've been watching all kinds of different things right now. Like gold was making some funky movements earlier. You see this is the 30-minute chart here. These big pullbacks that it was doing there. You had some pre-market, some of these stocks pre-market where you have, it's kind of a mixed pre-market here. You're trading lower on Microsoft right here. Meta's basically even. Apple's trading lower. Tesla's lower. Nvidia's lower. So, I mean, it's interesting. And then you go to the metals futures, look at silver. You got this big pullback here. So I don't really know. Gut would tell you, hey, the government just reopened. Everybody's gonna be pumped. Let's make some money here, but we'll see. Is government open now? Yeah, it should be. Trump signed it last night around like 9 o'clock, right? What's up, Cloud9? How's it going? At the airport, just watching you. Have a safe flight, man. Why do I have New York AM? That's a previous session. It's a previous session. You mark out all these key levels. That's New York AM high from yesterday. Most people didn't even know it was closed. Interesting. Oh, I agree with you, Ben. It could be a very risky day. For me personally, you know, I used to itch for a trade and feel like I needed to trade every day. If I don't see something that it's like, ooh, that looks really good, I can shut the charts down and go do something else. So I think you're right. If you feel like it's going to be something that's not going to be interesting to you, I think that's a great mentality to have where you just walk away. Yeah, I'm on ES right now. Getting my first top step eval. There you go. Literally me, is that your first like eval at all, or just your first eval with top step? Your indicators on Discord changed the game. My settings are all funky. I'm glad that helped you out there, Coop. I actually think I need to update those, but they should be, for the most part, pretty accurate. I'm not sure. Some of the times on the kill zone and pivot might be slightly off. I don't know if you want to screenshot that and just double check if those match up what I have on there, but that's what I'm using right now. What's up, Carlo? How's it going, man? My Anglo-American? Not sure what that means. I'm white. I got a Scottish and German heritage. I guess that's Anglo, right? I think my ancestors were Gaelic way back in the day when they were going at it with the Romans or something, right? I don't know. I don't trace it. I haven't done it myself. Some of my family members have. I didn't want to give them my DNA for them to form some bioweapon to attack me with. First at all, I've only traded live for a while and feel confident enough to go for it. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I think if you've been trading for a while, you should be all right. Just don't oversize. Pay attention to the rules. Of course, man. Glad that's helping. Bookmap looking like it might want to take some lows. That's exactly what I'm seeing too. You're reading the same thing I'm reading. I think it's going to want to clean up some of this area before we do anything to the upside. Or it could just rip off the open and leave those orders behind. You never know. What's the indicator name? ICT, kill zones, and pivots. I am so hungry right now. Like I'm almost like low blood sugar. I could not sleep last night, dude. I've been up since like 3:30. Yeah, Haley, I do. I'm more like looking for reversals, and they happen often enough where I don't necessarily need to take continuations. My success rate with continuations is lower than my reversals. But like yesterday, we could have taken that continuation short, bouncing off that 5 minute that I called out. I just that wasn't what I ideally wanted to trade yesterday. Yesterday we had if we bounce to the 5 minute here, if we look at this, see this 5 minute came back up and retested here. We could have taken that continuation at least down to the PM low right here. Appreciate that, Zach. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. The trade that I ended up taking was the long around 1 something. It was in here. I put the executions on my story. I can't remember exactly where it was. But it looked like I had taken a ton of different trades. That was just me. I had something weird happen. So I told you I like to take 600, no more than 600 on my Apex accounts. And then my TPT, they can do whatever they want. Well, I had a TP set because I'm using TradeSync. I had a TP set and it had copied that TP to all my accounts. So I had closed my Apex trades at positive 600, and I was letting my TPT run to the take profit. Well, when it hit the take profit, even though I was closed out on the Apex, it triggered a short. And so I immediately was down, like I had gone from positive 600 to only up 250 or something. But we retested a 15-minute gap, and I reopened a trade and then took a TP at the inversion that I had previously taken TP at. So I just went right back to 600. So if it looked like there was a ton of different executions, that was why. It's kind of a weird, just need to trade it the same across all accounts. You know what I mean? It's tough though, because I want the TPTs to run. I don't want to take too much out of the Apex, and I want the TPTs to run. But when you start trying to juggle too many things, sometimes it gets too complicated. You trade an ES? Yeah, I like to trade ES, man. This is the ES chart right here. How do I link my Top Step to TradeAway? You can't. You used to be able to. You cannot anymore. They require you to trade on their platform. One of the reasons I do not use them. Unfortunate. London, I think, came right up to it and just like literally, yeah, look at this. I think it did sweep it on, I mean, you could say that it swept Asia. I think it really did by like a tick sweep on Asia, on ES right there. But look at this on NQ. That's how close he got on NQ and then turned around. So you still got Asia high resting up there. I got both of them marked out there. Pretty wild. Be crazy if we dump down to this new week opening gap. The book map is still lit up to the downside here, guys. So, and we got 20 minutes until market opens. So I just pump the brakes, stay patient, no rush. No face, you're always asking the wildest questions, dude. Wildest questions. I was watching gold about 1 a.m. last night, and then there's the gold and NQ kind of moves. They do sometimes. Sometimes they're inverse of each other. So when NQ's dumping, gold's tip would be pumping. But right now they're pretty. It's not always that they're doing this where they're in lockstep. Do I think that a short would be pretty good right now? I wouldn't recommend it, man. Just because we're so close to the open, you just don't know what you're going to get right here. You don't know who's going to get involved right before market open. Some big institution gets involved and price just starts going nuts in one direction or the other. It's just not as predictable. Wait and let it play out so you can get a better feel for what the overall sentiment of the market is. No, I'm kind of looking for what we were looking for yesterday. I think potentially we could short down to this new week opening gap. I'm not married to a bias right now, but we just swept up these lows, and we got the government reopening. So I would anticipate some bullish action, but we're just going to stay patient and see what it gives us here. I thought I had new week opening gap marked on this. Oh, it's way down there. Steven, this is not Forex. This is S&P and NASDAQ futures. Can I show you the book map and explain? Yeah, I'll do that real quick. I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at. I wish you could see my cursor, but it doesn't show that for some reason. So if you see these large orders, the way that bookmap works, you see the very top of the screen has the bar that's showing you the different grades, like goes from very dark blue all the way up to bright red. So the bright red is where there's more higher concentration of orders. There's more orders stacked up. Blue is where there's hardly any or no orders stacked up. So you're basically, price likes to move to areas of liquidity. Those brighter red areas are high concentrations of liquidity. So you can kind of get an idea of the momentum of the market. You're watching how, you watch that bar where the numbers are, and you can see how many orders are coming in at that second. So you got 7 orders coming in, 2 orders, 1, 17, 1, 6. So you're getting an idea of the overall order flow of what's happening, and you get those key levels where orders are stacked up. Ideally are the areas that price is going to be most attracted to. So down there at 68.30 on ES, you would think that price is going to be typically attracted to that level. That's what you would think, which that coincides with basically with New York AM low from yesterday, or from Tuesday, excuse me. So you would think that, and the white is also a pretty high level of, white to yellow to red is pretty high levels of liquidity. So you'll see orders flashing here, how it's changing. That's people putting, placing orders or pulling orders, trying to get price to go to where they want it to. CPI still coming out now. They yanked the news today. No news at all. No red folder news, at least. No red or orange folder news. It could bounce, literally meet. So what happens when price hits those levels? Sometimes they'll yank the orders right before it, but you'll know if it absorbs it. It'll tell you. But what you look for is, you look for it to bounce off of that level, or you want to see if it just sucks, like it almost sucks it down like a vacuum, or up like a vacuum. So it can, when it hits those levels, it can create momentum. That's why you want to keep an eye on it to see what it does. If you see a clear rejection off that, like it absorbs those are buy orders stacked down there at 68.30. That could be price bounces right off of that and turns around and starts going up. It could also start going lower though. But you see how we kind of, all the orders die off right there at 68.25. So NQ doesn't look as clean typically as ES does. But that's NQ right there. Same type of scenario though. You have those orders down at 25.445. And then they kind of die off around the 25.430 area, all the way till you do have some orders at 25.415, just resting way down there. But you have all that vacant space in between there. It takes some time to learn and just to get used to it. What I did, or what I am still doing, is even when I'm not trading and I don't have anything else open, I'll just watch this, and then I'll go back and see what the price action looked like and compare it, so I can kind of line up, okay, when the chart looks like this is what the book map looked like, and vice versa. So it's interesting. There's different methods that people recommend on how to learn this stuff. So here's what the actual chart looks like right now in compared to that book map. So you see this rejection that we're getting off that key level. We swept that New York AM low, and it's rejecting right off of it. It has definitely improved my trading. Yeah, tremendously. Book map. What's the signal that the book map gives you? What do you mean, Steven? What's up, C? It doesn't give me a signal. It just shows you where all the orders are stacked up. There you go, Dean. Patience. Yeah, Zach, I do 5 100K TPT accounts. I mean, I take that awesome Trump clips. I take that into consideration. I mean, that's one of the analytical tools you can use, but I don't rely on. And same with ICT stuff. Like, we didn't have the cleanest ICT set up yesterday for the long that I took, but based on the book map, order flow of the book map, I was like, I'm taking this. I took it off of, I actually took it off of a breaker with a 4-minute fair value gap. So I was using that kind of ICT basic concept, but really heavily relying on the book map because it was showing me strong order flow to the upside. And I knew it was going to be a pretty short trade. So to maximize my profits, I went pretty heavy on it. I did 5 minis per TPT account and 2 or 3, I think 3 per Apex account. I think it might have been 2 actually, because I knew it was going to be a pretty short trade. I had a very tight stop also. Imagine putting an Apex code up. Imagine being broke. Is the book map your strongest confluence? Typically, yeah, I would say it is, yeah. Watching reassures me and knowing I can do the same. Dude, Zach, you know what you're doing, bro. You have the technical analysis and everything. You know what you're doing. It's just a question of, it's what I tell, like my brother even, I was telling him this last night. He knows what he's doing. It's just, you gotta, for me, I started finding more success when I just learned to just not take a trade and just be patient and sit back and watch. I think that's most people, is that they feel the need to get into a trade. I'm not saying this is you, but for most people, that's once they get a hold of that, things start to really click. Is that a paid template on the chart? What do you mean? None of this is paid. I drew all this on the chart with free indicators as the reference. I drew this. This is all hand drawn. I can speak for everyone. We appreciate your time. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Chris, I did. Yeah. Rather be broke with hair? Hey, I got plenty. The difference is I got money to go get a hair transplant. You don't have money to buy McDonald's, bro. Kick rocks. You need that mod. I made you mod. I mean, he's fine. Let him sit here. Let him hang out. Apex trader, that's right. Yep. Just took 10K from him. About to take another 10K. Actually, about to take 20. Yeah. What's up, Fitty? How's it going, man? With the book map, do you use the production or alpha version? I'm not sure what the difference is, to be honest with you, man. That's the first time I've heard that there's different versions. I use whatever the download is from their website, the software. And then and they offer different data feeds. Like you can use a Rhythmic data feed or a Bookmap data feed and a DX data feed. I use the Rhythmic and the Bookmap, but mostly just the Bookmap data feed. What's up, Jessica? How's it going? Fiddy, I'm doing good, man. It's a good day. Great day to be alive. We go into new week opening gap? We could. We very well could. It's a pretty far drop on ES, but NQ's getting close. It's pushing it. How much is the book map? So all in, you're looking around $100 a month, but with my code, it'll only be, I think it's only going to cost you like 80, get you 20% off. Don't quote me directly on that, but it is around there, I think. Bible verse before we start? Yeah, that's a good idea. Sorry for my shouldn't have fed into that. I'm sorry. Just instinctual. Let's see. Tristan post something. Tristan posted something yesterday I liked. I didn't get to read it. May the Lord make your love. This is Thessalonians 1:3-12. May the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else. Ironic, I'm reading this right now. I'm sorry. May the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else, just as ours does for you. Amen. I need to read that a couple more times. What's up, future? Where the order stacked down to 68.30 on ES. Is your Discord free? It is, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing paid. It's not as robust as I want it to be. Like I said, I'm in the process of making a good series, a good educational series that I think people will really get something out of, and I plan to post it in there. I think that'll be the best thing about the Discord, aside from just the good people that are in there right now. But there hasn't been a ton of engagement in there so far. But that's because I haven't been loading it up with content like I plan on doing. So. Took 6 trades? You took 6 trades today already, Reaper? London Gold. Yeesh. At least you're up. Those micros are still what, 10 points a contract per $10 a contract per point of movement, right? Yeah, Robbie, it's all good, man. I shouldn't have fed into that. It's okay. I always find it funny though when people talk about Apex. Oh, Apex doesn't pay, or Apex is trash. Dude, you can scale 20 accounts and mind the rules. Like, you scale 20 accounts, make $200, $250 a day, and you're taking $2,000 out times 20 every 8 days. There's no other firm you can do that with. To take 40 grand per payout, basically, and you can do it twice a month. You can be pulling in $80,000 per month easily. All you gotta do is mind the rules and don't be an idiot. I've never been denied by them. I know other people that have traded with them for years and never been denied. No, I'm not gonna kick you, dude. I think if you hang out, you'll have a good time. Yeah, there's certain rules. Like you can't trade more than half of your allotted contracts when you're trying to get over the buffer in a funded. So like if you're trading a 50K, you can't trade more than 5, which you shouldn't be trading 5 minis anyway with a 50K account. You know, 1 or 2 minis, maybe 3 if it's like, holy crap, this is like just a great setup. But no, this is NASDAQ mini. This is S&P here. Appreciate that post. I'd wait, Reaper. Wait for a sale, because they just had a sale end, and I don't know that you'll get a good deal right now. Wait, give it. They'll announce a new sale soon. It'll be like 70% off or 80% off or even more than that. They might go back to the 90% sale when Black Friday happens. So. What time do you set your charts up? I usually get on here. This morning I got on here early, but I didn't mark anything out until around, I think it was like 7:30ish. Where do you copy off of? You mean like for across accounts? I use TradeSync. Do I expect the market to be bullish? I would expect that, but you never know. You never know. How do you find the draw on liquidity for the day? I wouldn't concern yourself with finding it for the whole day. All you need to be concerned with is where is the next draw on liquidity for the next like 15 minutes to an hour. You know what I mean? Because you're not trying to trade the whole day. You're trying to get in and get out. What's up, Nora? How's it going? Yeah, it's basically just running in the background. You don't have to execute on TradeSync. It just, you connect your accounts, make sure they're all enabled and on the same page in terms of on the same indice, and then you just can minimize the tab and then trade like normal. And it'll just, you only have to worry about trading one account, opening and closing a trade on one account, and it copies to all of them. Do I have call outs? I mean, I show my trades on the screen. You joined Halcyon on the funded and they didn't apply. I don't know what that is. Did I catch a trade yesterday? Yeah, I caught a short long on ES, but we were sized pretty aggressively on it. What's the difference between micro and mini? Micros are 1/10 the size of a mini. So 1 point of movement on ES is $50, and 1 point on the micros is $5. Took a week break. We back. There you go, Ant. Good to see you, man. All right, we got 2 minutes here. A 2-minute warning. Let's lock in. Does Apex have activation fee? Yeah. I mean, I'd hold off on getting an Apex account like today, simply unless you just need an account to trade. But hold off. Appreciate the gifts there. Is that you, Tristan? Appreciate that. Or Ant, Cato. Appreciate you guys. Wait until they just had a sale end yesterday, and they should be announcing a new sale. They usually don't wait that long, so give it a day or two. See what happens. This is ES. This is S&P futures ESZ 2025. What's my bias? I think we're going to clean up some lows and then potentially go higher, or we just dump all the way to this new week opening gap. We'll see. We got these daily gaps down here also that we could touch into, take this low and push out of it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Got 1 minute here. Let's lock in. What TradeSync do I use? TradeSync. That's the name of it. Hey, Christian, I'm thinking of getting my first 50K. What would you say is the best firm to start with? The easiest is probably Top Step in terms of rules and ease of use. I don't like being locked into their platform. You will be locked into their platform if you trade with them. I would say My Funded Futures is a good one. Take Profit Trader is a great one. Apex is usually the cheapest. They're not right now, but they're usually the cheapest. Top Step you really can't go wrong with, but I don't like being locked to their platform. Nuke to new week opening gap. Tristan, I could see that. I definitely could see that. Just clean it up and then skyrocket potentially. We'll see though. All right, market's open. It isn't a problem to feed into a little bit. Bro, trust me. Yeah. Sorry, I just read that, Robbie. That's funny. It's tough sometimes. Drop down to the 5 minute here, see what we got. Yeah, Black Friday's coming. I'd hold off. sure most of the firms are going to be running some locked. I mean, like you having to trade with Top Step X. I don't like not being able to execute trades on Trade Evade or TradingView. It's a pretty dull open here. We're getting ready to dump, I think, down to 68.35 potentially. That's where we have the next big stack of orders. It's 5 points below where we are right now. We'll see though. Looks like it's picking up some orders right here at 40. If we hit down to 68.35, the next level will be 68.30 below that. So with Apex, you can use TradingView and TradeSync? Yeah, you can, kiddo. Yep. You can use whatever you plan, Rhythmic, Trade Evade. I mean, you can do, they let you select the different options. Kind of leaving those orders behind right here, and there's nothing to the upside until you get to 68.60, which is pretty far up there, back up at near around where the Asia low was. So we'll see what happens here. Kind of interesting. Could just be a retest and dump. NQ is pretty in lockstep right now with ES. So no divergence. Appreciate that, Xavier. Appreciate you being here, man. Very stale price action right here. This is the 1 minute chart right here. Black Friday's coming. Morning. What's up, Rand? How's it going? How do I read the book map? Typically, you just look for the higher areas of liquidity. It's typically where price is attracted to. But you also follow how many orders are coming in for buys and sells. You can see that it's flashing kind of quick, but you can see that on the bar right on the side of the chart where the chart meets the numbers. But you can kind of keep an eye on those numbers. You can see in the bubbles as well. I can make those a little bigger for you. So the more green or red that's in one of those, like if a bubble is more red than green, that's a bigger sell order coming in. So it's just a combination of different things that you're keeping an eye on there. Yeah, ES is pushing, NQ is not. ES is, there is a little bit. No, we haven't taken a trade mark. We stay very patient over here, man. We let usually at least the first 15 play out before we get interested. ES is starting to dump now. Yeah, Randall, I highly recommend it. I really do. You can watch a bunch of YouTube videos on it. It takes some time to learn. Really, it helps. What the best way that I found to learn it is to not be focused on trying to take a trade, but just if you can have two monitors going where you're watching the chart and watching the book map, and you can see the way kind of things play out, and just learn how to read what's going on. Look for indicators of where, when you see this on the book map, that means this is about to happen on the chart. That's the best way to do it. It takes some time. Big order right here at 68.35. I think we're getting ready to take. It's a good mouse to use for MacBook. Dude, my MacBook mouse is just like a Walmart Logitech mouse. Can we get a setup tour soon? Yeah, I can do that. Zero, just dude, it won't take you long for all this to make perfect sense to you. It's the hardest part. The hardest part about trading is the mental discipline that it takes. Yeah, it just comes with time. Yeah, we're dumping to this new week opening gap, I think. ES has some big orders stacked up at 68.30. We're getting ready to take out, I believe. No news. Yeah, no news. Trading SPY today. Okay. Yeah, ES is what I like to stick with too, man. You know, recently, more so recently, but I'll bounce around. But Randall, I like the way ES moves. You feel the need to chase this? Don't do it. Turn your mouse off, man. Do something. Do I use it funded? Yeah, trading 10 funded accounts right now. I have 10 fundeds and I got one eval that I'm just fired up literally this morning. Just trying to add slowly to the repertoire. It didn't take all those orders down there at 68.30. There's still 172 buy orders resting right there. And a lot of orders kind of sucking it lower than that, to be honest. It might continue to go lower. No, it didn't. It didn't. It hit 68.30.5 right here. Boom. There's 68.30. Can you copy trade with tracing across different platforms? Yeah, you can. New week opening gap is way down here on ES. The edge of it is at 67.88. NQ is about to come up on it though. It's 25.320 on NQ. It copies across all of them. I don't individually operate them. No. Just focus on one, and it copies to the rest. It's better for the psychology. Try ES, cleaner movement, less volatility. Yeah, ES is smooth. I feel like sometimes NQ can be kind of herky-jerky. And you make a whole lot of money. I do okay. Will it be your strategy? Well, what I'm looking for right now would be a reversal. So a sweep of a major level, a key level, V-shaped recovery. I like to see breakers. Breaker formations help kind of create a level in a level of support. Tap back, potentially a fair value gap inside of that breaker. And heavily influenced by the book map and the order flow. There's consistency rules with Top Step, so you might have just created more work for yourself, depending on your account size. If you're trading a 50K account, you definitely did just create more work if you hit all that at one time. Got to read the rules. Heavily suggest that before you ever trade any of the prop firms, you read all the rules. Make sure you're familiar with them. Not at one time. Okay, I thought that's what you meant. I was like, damn. Now you got to make 6K, I believe. Still waiting to see the G90, man. It's actually a not a G90. It's a what is it? F10. So it's an older one. Is that what it was? I think it's an F10. Yeah, F10, I think. Yeah. Getting ready to get rid of it though. Does over trading mess with your consistency rule even if losses are minimal? What do you mean? The consistency rule is about how many days you have to trade and what your target profit is and how much the max you can make in a day. That's what consistency rules are. Yeah, can't make more with a 50K. I haven't traded Top Step in a while, so the guys in the chat can probably help you with what those specific rules are. Apex does not have a consistency rule for their evals, so you can make it all in one trade in one day. This new week opening gap, the draw or the fill. It's a 14, Randall. Yeah, it's a 14. Yeah. 97 Pinto. Oh, there's a big buy order. Holy cow. That was a strong pullback off of that. Yeah, touch that new week opening gap and just boom. I could see us filling on NQ and then tapping on ES and rejecting, but I don't know. That's a pretty long drop for. It's another 35 points for ES. Yeah, Franco. That's what I would ideally be looking for here, tapping into these gaps and rejecting out of it. It's crazy how much we're dumping here, to be honest, but you could lose some. You could lose some Aiden. Actually, I might be wrong. You might not need to, right? Somebody else help him out. I can't do the math in my head while I'm looking at this. I'm trying to read this book map. Yeah, he should be good, right? Would I short into the new week gap? No, I wouldn't. I would not. I mean, you do what you want. I'm not doing it. What's up, Taylor? No, we haven't taken any trades yet. Still just keeping our powder dry over here. Just gonna sell off all day. Could, man. Very well could. What are you planning on getting when you get rid of it? To be determined. Stay tuned. It'll be interesting, I can tell you that. I'm up 2K on shorts. There you go, man. Yeah, you got a pretty substantial buy order there. It's 68.13.75 now on ES. I'm going to mark that. You got basically 1,300 order or 1,200 orders sitting right there. sweep this Asia and push out of it maybe. What's up, Ryan? How's it going, man? Glad you're here, dude. Glad to have you. You think it's buy? It's take profits, Robbie. Probably. Think people just have their TP set right there for some reason. They're short and they got their TP set, maybe. NQ's pushing right out of that. I'd be highly surprised if it just teases Asia right there and doesn't take it. Yeah, I think that's about to turn around and take Asia. They yanked that 1,000 orders on the ES. You're up 407,000 NQ, Sniper. Am I reading that right? Is that a typo? Like actual money, not paper? Yeah, I thought you were serious, dude. I was like, holy crap, dude, you need to start streaming. No, Alexis, we haven't taken a trade yet. Trying to eyeball along. If we can get one out of this. I think we're just going to keep dumping. We might retest 68.30 and then drop back down. They yanked this order down here. I'm going to clean up this chart a little bit. Big order there at 68.30. It might take that and then dump down, or it could create momentum back up. Class today, yeah, 12:30. I appreciate that, Sniper. Appreciate that, man. TJR over here, yeah. Can you imagine having a day like that, dude? I think that's unfathomable to me. Like, where you even having like a day where you make over $100,000. Like, I can see making 20, 30, 40 in a day. That'd still be outrageously awesome. But like, you start to get into the hundreds of thousands in a day. To me, that's just nuts. Oh my God, it's C-Bum. They're dancing. Got stopped at 67.95. You mean you took TP there, or you were long and got stopped out? Dead of a heart attack. I think if you're making that kind of money, you've mastered your emotions to the point where you probably don't even feel it. Maybe you do. I don't know. What am I studying? Economics right now. I did take a trade yesterday. We took a long at like 1 something, I think, around here. Around this area. I think it was from like right here up to here. I posted it on the story, on the executions on the story. Why am I studying? Because when I started down the route of school, of going back and getting my degree, I had barely gotten into trading, and it wasn't really on the radar, and I wanted to be an attorney. And so to be an attorney, you need an undergrad and you need to go to law school. So that's the track that I was on. Still am technically on that track. Takes a while for me, Zach, because the buffer's 3K with the 100K accounts. Man, this is just ripping back up now. But because I was copy trading, and I am copy trading with my Apex accounts, and I try to set the limit at 600 a day, it's taken longer than it probably would have if I just traded those individually, because I would have traded differently. I would have sized differently, and I wouldn't have cut my trades so quickly. So I think right now, I mean, you can do the math on it. If every day is a green day and I'm averaging, I think my average green day right now is like 480 per account. You can do the math on how long that takes to reach 3K. You know, 9 days or whatever it is. Are you on the 100K or the 50K? 50K is probably, or I mean, it's 1,000 less a drawdown, so you can get there quicker. Trying the 25? Okay, yeah. I got a buddy that trades those. What's the drawdown on those 1,500? Yeah, I think this comes back. I don't see it leaving Asia behind like that. But I could be wrong. I mean, order book did thin out pretty good to the downside here on ES. Rejected on the 50% retracement, yeah. I want to see it sweep that Asia low. Yeah, same here, Robbie. I would not feel comfortable getting in a trade leaving that behind. Tapped into a 30-minute breaker right there, which is interesting. With an inversion inside of it. And a 15-minute inversion here that tapped into as well. I don't know. I'm going to be patient. I'm not convinced yet. No face, you're wild. I don't have a problem with Mexicans, dude. He says the wildest shit. Started at 100K eval. Would it be smart to do 250s or 150 at a time going up 3K? That's all personal preference, Robbie. I think it's whatever you. I mean, I like to look at this stuff over from the macro perspective. So, you know, just because it takes me let's say it takes me twice as long to pass a 100K than a 50K. What is that over the grand scheme? What is that over the you look at that over a year or 2 years or 5 years? It's not that big of a deal to have that extra $1,000 of drawdown. I don't know. It's all personal preference. That's kind of how I look at it. I try not to think in a rushed mindset when it comes to any of this stuff, because I try to look at it from, I plan on doing this for years, man. So it's like, if it takes me a little bit longer, so what? Victoria, I appreciate the gifts. I just saw that. Thank you. I thought you were somebody I went to high school with for a second there. I thought you were. Might be. I can't click your profile though. Beautiful in Seymour and make some money. It is. Warmed up a bit. It's supposed to be pretty warm today, Missy. I think it's supposed to be close to 70. After a month of getting your brothers, you make bank moving forward. Exactly. Like once you're there, dude, once you hit it, you're like, that's how I look at these 100K accounts. It's just nice to have. It's comfortable. There's a comfortable buffer. You don't have to feel like, oh man, 2 bad trades or 3 bad trades and I'm going to blow this account. Like, sun will be on my face anytime. You're exactly right. It's funny that you know that. The timing, right around, I think another 15 or 20 minutes, it'll definitely be here. $6% versus 6% percentage-wise is the same, but position size may be different since they're bigger accounts. I don't lose a lot, so my drawdown has never been crazy, but I do agree. I've been in this for the long run. I'm not trying to just make money. I look at it as compounding skill. Exactly. Yeah. I think that's a great way to look at it, Robbie. Yeah, it's, you know, if you just want to, if you're looking at it from a perspective of I pass accounts really quickly, I don't typically blow accounts, and you just want to start being able to just stack up some money to withdraw to put somewhere else because that, you know, for whatever reason, you know, you stack up the 50Ks and the payouts are going to be the same. You know what I mean? On TPT. It's not like Apex where you're limited on the payout size for the first 5 payouts based on your account size. Are you Erickson from Manchester United? I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I have absolutely zero clue who that is. I don't watch soccer or football, as you guys say. I'm 32, Randall. I'm not sure how old everybody is in there with you. This is very uninteresting PA right here for me. Especially the fact that we left Asia behind right here. We tapped into this 5-minute. We're getting strong rejection just beyond the CE of the gap. Got a lot of lows stacked up below us here. Still got new week opening gap, pretty much unmitigated. Yeah, almost completely unmitigated on ES. $25 started trading 6 months ago. Yeah. You're probably just getting into the sweet spot, Randall. I think that's that time frame right there. If you've been studying and watching and having some decent success, and you've only blown 3 accounts over that time period, I think you're probably right on the verge of really having some good profitability. Damn, 32, I guess, man. I am an uncle. I got a couple of nieces and nephews. How you doing? Is this ES or NQ? This is ES right here. We bounce back and forth, but currently that chart right there, this one right here is ES. Sloan, what up? How can I join your Discord? Tired of pressing the link in your bio? Oh, tried testing. If you have a VP, I'm pretty sure that link works now. I've had multiple people tell me it works, but if you have a VPN on or something like that, it'll prevent you from being able to open it. But I'll put the link. I'm copying it right here. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Or oh, Aaron did. Yeah, sorry. I just saw that, Aaron. Appreciate that. What's lunch low? It's the low during the lunchtime hour on November 10th. So 3 days ago. What are you looking for, longs? Yeah, Sloan, we're kind of looking for these lows to get taken and long out of it. I think NQ is probably going to fill this gap, I would imagine, and then ES is going to tap into this gap. It's the same gap, just different links apart. So I think ES tap into this, and then we'll be eyeballing something. It could be this afternoon. Let me know if that link works. If it doesn't, we'll figure something else out. Yeah, press the link and then press open in an external browser. Yeah, TikTok links sometimes don't work well. It's a good question. Literally me. Why not go ahead and take the shorts down to these levels if you're confident about it? Well, for one, we've already tapped into this gap on NQ. We did leave behind Asia low, but I don't want to take a trade just because I have a feeling about something. I want to see the structure. I want to see at least 3 or 4 confluences stack up with each other, pointing me in a direction of a trade. And so if I don't have those, if my only real confluence right now is, yeah, we tapped into this gap and rejected and the book map looks lower, that's not what I want to see. I want to see, hey, we just swept up these lows. We have a clear sign of a reversal here with a V-shaped recovery. The book map is stacking up to the upside here. We just created a nice bullish gap to the upside, and we're potentially tapping into that and rejecting out of it. Those are all things that really give me confidence in taking a trade. And and those things happen enough times where I don't feel the need to take a lower probability trade. Those are such high probability trades that there's no need for me to take these lower probability trades. How many times a day do you go live? Just once, just from 9 a.m. until usually around, depends on the day. Some days I have class at 11, so I get off around 10:45. Other days, like today, I don't have class till 12 or 12:30, so I don't get off until after 11. I'd be really stupid and take dumb trades, holding them for hours, but now I've been strict on stop losses and take profits. Yeah, got to have a system. The psych of trading is more important than anything. It seems you're on the track to fixing that. Just stick to your rules and journal. Yeah, absolutely, Robbie. I'd say that's great advice. 90% of trading is definitely psychological. All right, Zach, appreciate you being here, man. I hope you have a great day. Nah, Sloan, I didn't even work out yesterday, dude. I'm on a slump at the gym right now, dude. I've been so smacked with school. I have a quiz every day this week. I have 2 quizzes today. I have a couple papers. I have a paper that I haven't even started that's due tonight. I'm getting shellacked, dude. How do you mark your new week opening gap? I use this indicator right here. I don't know how well you can see that on the tube over there. But when you turn it on, it looks like this. It lights it up. Agreed, so I have a lot to work on, and a lot I want to work on in the future, but time will come with that. Absolutely, man. It's a long game. Play the long game. Most people fail also because they get burned out so quick. They try to do too much, expect too crazy of results too fast, and they get burned out and just stop. much did you withdraw in your best month? Around 20 so far in 1 month. I think this month I'm pretty sure this month I'm gonna exceed that by a lot. I've only been taking consistent payouts though for the past, this is the 5th month. So I've been trading for 4 years, doing prop firms since last October basically. And I've only been taking like consistent payouts for the past 4 months. So it's not something that I've been doing for a tremendous amount of time. You trade live as well? That's what we're doing right now. Oh, live capital. Yeah, I mean, I have that AMP account. I had a incident happen with that where I left a limit order set on the chart and ended up blowing half of my account basically. But yeah, I still have that account. I'm waiting. I don't know what I'm waiting for, to be honest with you, but I need to throw some more money in there and get that going again. The real trouble is the fact that I take a trade with these prop firms and I have to take a separate trade with the personal capital account because I can't tie it to my trade sinker. So having to juggle basically 2 separate things at the same time, it's annoying. And I think that's what caused me to leave that limit order set, was losing track of shit, just being overcomplicating things. Saw your story. I think you only had 1 losing day. Yeah, I think I've had, on the 31st, we had a losing day. Pretty hard. Wasn't terrible, but it was a losing day on the 31st. Had one on the 7th. Yeah, lost 2.7 on the 7th of this month. The one before that was the 31st. The one before that was the 21st. But those are the only losing days I've had in a while. And none of them were that big. Biggest one was 4.2. But the day after that I made 3.37, and the day after that I made 3.35, and the day after that I made 1.45. So I mean, I made that up pretty quickly. Recovered well. This is just like hanging out right here now. Could be pumping up out of this gap, but it's crazy that it would leave Asia behind like that. Do I eventually plan on losing? I don't see myself doing that, man. You can milk these prop firms for so much money. Like, you know, it's hard to justify that. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, ultimately, I am going to do both. Like, I'm going to trade some. I plan on having a pretty large personal capital account, but what pair are you trading? MS. We're not. This isn't Forex, man. This is Nasdaq and S&P futures. I'm gonna start eyeballing along here, but I just don't like the idea since we've left behind those lows. I might just hold off. Just wait. Might be this afternoon before anything transpires. We'll see. Do you take payouts through LLC? Yes, but you don't have to. Even if you have an LLC, you can take them into your personal account. It's just as long as you do the right bookkeeping to make sure that it's you can still write it off through your, or declare it through your business. You just got to do it the right way. You got to get with a tax guy to figure all that out. I'm not convinced yet, Ducati. Maybe I'm being hard-headed, but I think we want to tap into this new week gap on ES, but I could be wrong. Oh no, Tristan. What's up, Ryan? No, we haven't taken anything yet. Nothing yet. Long term, what is your plan for trading? Just keep doing what I'm doing. Keep scaling. Keep making money. Just keep doing what I'm doing. This is ES right here. Yeah, I saw that on NQ. One of the reasons I didn't take the long, even on NQ, though, is we left behind this Asia low sitting right underneath that wick. And I think I really think ES wants to tap that gap before we go higher, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Do I use new day opening gap? I mean, I do if it's like pretty substantial, but it's not. There's not really. Oh, there's not a new day opening gap typically because the market doesn't. You're talking about like from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I mean, if there's something substantial that happens, like I think when we had the war with Israel going on over there, I think there was some crazy stuff that happened that I can't remember, but typically it's not even relevant that I can think of off the top of my head. They're going to reset my trade, so I'm not worried. Just annoying. Yeah. Are you in a long? Somebody just said alpha's down. That's why it's not working. Casper. Leonard hits 433. I'm just not there yet. Alpha's cooking you right now. Did you say you're in a long, Tristan? Oh, shit. Shoot. That sucks, dude. You're done. Oh, no. Took the 5 minutes short on NQ, I would imagine. You trade NQ mostly. Yeah, we've inverted that gap now. That sucks, dude. Yeah, Max, it's down. Project X is down. That sucks. Be tempted to take this long off of one contract, maybe off the inversion here, but I don't know, man. I'm not seeing. I see orders up to 68.53. Should be right here, and then up to 68.60. Should be up to here. See what kind of reaction we get. Yeah, if it rejects that 68.52 level, we'll keep an eye on this, see what happens. Inverted that 5 too. Bookmap is starting to look cleaner to the upside. You see what I'm seeing, Robbie, with these orders stacked up? Just the problem, the volume kind of dies off there at 68.60. Just be patient here. Let's see what we get. Haven't taken one yet, Dex. No, not yet. Looking for a long, but I wanted to see us tap this new week gap on ES before. I know we tapped it on NQ, but wanted to see ES also take it. Take some of it at least. NQ's got orders stacked to the upside here on Bookmap. I hate how that looks. Sorry if you're looking at the Bookmap over on YouTube. I'm trying to get that to look clear. There's that sun. Yeah, I think it's just a retest of this 15 and the 5 here potentially, and then push higher, but we'll see. What Apex plan do you have? What do you mean? What Apex plan? What size account? Looking to see how we react in this 15. Potentially a long, but I just... I'm not fully convinced of it yet. I'm gonna wait. Just stay patient. Yeah, there's orders stacked up for Asia down there on NQ. $385 is kind of like the line in the sand right now. So, but there are some heavy orders stacked up down to here. Just not fully convinced of anything right now. Just gonna wait. When I'm not certain, I don't take a trade. Just blew your account, she divorced you. Oh man, that sucks. I use Trade-A-Bait. I've never even messed with welt charts, to be honest. I've heard other people talk about them. I mean, I like this 15, but the fact that something in my gut tells me that we're not ready to For some reason, my gut tells me we're not ready to keep going yet. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Just let it run. Let it do its thing. No rush. Trade of 8 is all you need, Adam. Trade of 8 50K or trade of 8 100K. I'm hoping it does, Tristan. I'm hoping it does for your sake, man. Let me close this blind. Times class today, 12:30. Shorts might play out here. It would be interesting. I haven't really checked out US 30. Lost 400 after making it in the AM. Overtraded. Be happy with what you get, man. It sucks. I hate it for you. I got you, Adam. Yeah, I'll check it. I think I read it, if I'm not mistaken, and I just need to get back to you. I'll check it. On live too, hurt my soul. We are getting some downward pressure here. 68.30 has a big order stacked up. I think there's a lot of stops right here at 68.30. No, we haven't taken a trade. Just watching. Yeah, it's all good, man. Bounce back. You know what you did wrong. Could have been my trade. Didn't take it. Hey, you're good, Randall. I'd look for an inversion of one of these gaps right here or a negation of this 15. If you're looking to short it back down to the gap. It could keep going up though. That's why I'm not. I mean, it could go up. It could go down here. I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm hoping for Tristan's sake it goes down. Love the column vibe, bro. Keep it up. Appreciate that, man. YouTube, Lucas is Christian Trades Live. Christian Trades Live. Still an order stacked up here where this line is that I have. 180, 170 buy orders and 10 sell orders. No, we haven't taken a trade yet, Mr. Gaza. Price going into it, Eric. That's what mitigated means. Traversed, whatever word you want to use. Nothing's happened in it yet. Like the fact that no price has not come into this area. This is completely unmitigated. Why don't I have my YouTube in my bio? It should be on the link tree. I can only fit so many things in the TikTok bio. Yeah, this is ES. I think it's going to bounce up when it hits those orders. I still don't think we're done cleaning up these lows. That's just my gut feeling. I could be completely wrong. that's fine if I am. I just won't take a trade. But I think that my gut tells me that we want to go lower here. So we'll see what happens. What is up with these bots, dude? Get a life. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate all the follows. All you guys and all the gifts, man. You guys are awesome. I see you over there on the tube. What's up? Actually, I see my trade coming. Be patient, Randall. What are you looking for? Shorts? This is a 10-minute chart, by the way, right here. So 2 minutes until that inversion gets negated. 5-minute gets inverted in 2 minutes, potentially. It'd be interesting to see if this is where we touch and go higher, or if this is just going to dump. Switched over from TikTok. Yeah. Appreciate you being there, man. Drop a subscription or whatever if you don't mind. You focus on macro times. I use them as a confluence. Like right now, we're tapping into this daily bullish gap. That's what we tapped into earlier. Is the YouTube audio bad? Oh, it's because there's a delay. I got you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you subbing. Yeah, the delay. I don't know how to. I need to do more research on how I can possibly fix that. There's that large order just got taken right there. Dude, there's this guy. How old are people, man? I have one of those Ring doorbells. There's this guy who every day will ding dong ditch my door as he's like on his way to class or something. He'll like ring it and just like take off running. And he's like a pretty heavy set Indian dude. And I get a kick out of it because he looks hilarious trying to run away. I don't know. It's like, what are you doing? Poor execution on my part, so sure it would have played out well. Open up the audio on TikTok. Mute YouTube, not a bad idea. Show the footage. Dude, I have so many of them. One of them, he like falls down halfway when he's trying to run away. It's hilarious. It's his exercise for the day. Could be. That 15 is no longer valid. 5-minute inverted there. Created a 5 on the way down. This is what I'm talking about. This is just, I was not convinced of those longs yet. The funny thing is he doesn't know who lives here. Like, because I heard him and his buddies were, like his buddies had stopped by my door and I heard one of them asking the other, do you guys even know who lives here? And they were like, no, we don't know who it is. So they don't even know like whose doorbell they're ringing. You know what I mean? It's not like they're trying to mess with me or something. They truly just do it because they're, I mean, I used to do that crap when I was a kid too, so I can't get mad about it. I got mad at first and I was like, dude, I used to do that at like 3 in the morning to people's houses, so can't really get mad about it. Nah, I wouldn't do that, Randall. Not worth it. Not over a doorbell. You're back in? Is it up and running? Down 72? That's not bad. I think it's a good hold here. Potentially. Yeah, it's getting ready to dump. Follow the ICT concepts. I use them. Yeah, I use ICT. I like to use order flow pretty heavily these days. But I use the structure I like to map out with ICT concepts, and then I use order flow as a heavy confluence. Just open the door and scare the hell out of them. I've thought about that too. I did have a funny scenario. There was another guy who did it once, and I had seen him on the camera, and then like a couple days later, I had just worked out, had a pretty gnarly pump going on, and I get on the elevator and I see him on the elevator. I was like, I took my headphones off and I said something to him like, "Hey, you were ringing my doorbell the other night." He was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, I saw you. I got you on camera." And he was like, "Man, I was drunk probably. I don't remember." I was like, "Nah, it's all good, man." And then he saw that I was his neighbor, and I was like, "If you ever need anything, just let me know. Down the hall." Just try to be nice to him. That's the thing. Most people, if they do that, they don't know whose door they're ringing. What was the number on the right side of Bookmap? Those are orders. They're levels and orders. The lows are down at 68.15 really. So down here, but as we keep getting lower, we're continuing to drag more orders lower too. So the lows would be right about the level of this swing low, but I'm anticipating more orders stacking up once we hit that level and momentum getting created. You want me to ring your doorbell, Bryce? You're funny. I don't have GC loaded right now on Bookmap. You gotta like add the. I took it off so my Bookmap wouldn't be as slow. It was loading slowly. I can see if I can throw it on there real quick for you though. Hang on one second. See if this doesn't. I don't want to slow it down for the guys who are in the YouTube watching. Hang on one second. I'm good, Arthur. How you doing, man? How long did it take you to learn? Still learning it, man. Still learning it. What's the price of lunch low? 68.07.25. Cumulative delta is on the Bookmap. If you're looking at it on the YouTube, it's on the bottom part, on the bottom right. It shows you negative 4,500 right now. Yeah, I would like it to come down to Asia low. At least tap into this gap. I gotta turn my air off, man. Why it's pumping so hard right now. They closed your trade. Dang it, dude. That sucks. What pair and time frame? Not a pair. ES futures. $500 short. There you go. Damn, man, I called those shorts at the top. It's all, dude, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, if it's not the exact trade you were looking for, I mean, there's still going to be a really good move, I think, today. I think we're going to get a push lower here, and then you can potentially target a long. That's what I'm waiting for. All you need is one good trade. One good trade, and you call it a day. So, Goose Fraba. Just got stopped out. Can I give you motivation? What were you looking for there? Were you in here when I was calling out these lows? When I was saying that I think we're gonna keep dropping? Adam, you're wild. Love them. Yeah, exactly. It's only 10:36, dude. 10:37 now. You were expecting a reversal to the upside? Well, we still have these lows left. We still on, especially on NQ, you had Asia right here. So that's the whole reason I was like, I would not be taking this long yet. Maybe up to, if this swing high off of the new week opening gap was your TP, that would be right off of this gap. That'd have been a good one. But at this point in here, I would not want to have gotten into that because one, your stop would have had to have been so long. And two, the likelihood of it coming down and taking Asia is pretty good. That's just my thinking. That's the whole reason I didn't get into it. Not trading no more. Your mind is all kind of cooked. I hate that for you, man. You're using Top Step. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Top Steps. Top Step's fine. I just don't like being stuck with their Top Step X platform. I trade Apex and I trade Take Profit Trader. Am I Canadian? No. I am not, thank God. Can you not trade on TradingView with Top Step? No, not right. Not at the moment. You used to be able to. Now they made it so you can only. Hey, some of us are Canadian. I'm not saying that because I don't like Canadians. I just would not want to live up there right now. I like where I live. Dang, I got some people in the chat. Holy cow. That's funny. Yeah, I don't like being cold. That's all it is. That's funny. Where am I from originally? North Carolina. Yeah, the state I live in. I lived in Virginia for a little while. Kind of lived in Arkansas for a little while. But majority of my life has been in North Carolina. Haven't taken a trade. We're waiting for these lows to get swept and target along out of those. Still waiting. Tapping into this new gap too. I want to see NQ take Asia. I think not only is it gonna take Asia, I think it could completely traverse that gap and let ES get down into this level. We'll see though. Fort Bragg, there you go. Would you move to Florida? Yeah, I've spent a lot of time down there, man. Fort Lauderdale area. I've spent a good amount of time down there. I like it a lot. I was actually very, very close to moving down there before I started back going to school. I was very tempted to move down there. I will probably have a house down there one day. What time do you have class? 12:30. Yeah, I'm going to hang out for a little while longer today. I think we're going to tap into it. No. I think we're going to tap into it. From Scotland, you ever been? No, dude, but I would love to go. Edinburgh's on my list. Edinburgh's definitely on my list. How I feel about Ohio? I've driven through Ohio several times, man, a lot actually. And I didn't see a lot of cornfields and stuff, man. And it was cold, a lot of snow. Why do you need those lows? Can you explain that? Yeah, because when we're this close and we're showing such bearish price action here, those are the levels of liquidity that price is generally going to be attracted to when that's going on. And this new week opening gap, price typically likes to touch into it, at least get a nice little dig into it. We haven't touched into this one at all, really. I mean, aside from the opening right here on Sunday night. So the fact that that's completely unmitigated, it's just a big gap, a complete imbalance in price action. I would think that we'd want to dig into that to rebalance out some of the imbalance. That's what I'm thinking. And once we sweep up those orders, the next draw would be higher, hopefully, because that's a pretty large area right there of nothingness. But we'll see. From Switzerland. Damn, we got people from all over the place. Everyone's shorting right now in your FYP, yeah. I think I don't know how much lower we'll go. I think ES will go down to this gap, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me use the bathroom real quick. I did mute. You got Australia, Switzerland, Scotland, Canada. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, we're lit up aggressively now to the downside here on the book map. You think it's a good time to take a short to those Asia lows? Travis, it wouldn't be, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad time to a retest of this 5 and a short to the low, but that's not the trade that I'm specifically looking for. You definitely could take that if that's what you want. But that's not what I'm personally looking to take. On ES, I'm talking. Can I explain to you in short what an IFVG is? Yeah. So we had a 5-minute right here. See this 5-minute gap that was created from this candle wick to this candle wick? That little portion of the body where those two wicks didn't touch or didn't cover, that was a 5-minute bullish fair value get. So it means it was a level of support with price going to the upside. When price came back through it and this candle closed right here, that inverted it. So now this is a level of resistance. So theoretically, the idea behind an inversion is if it's a bearish inversion, price would come up here and this would be a level of resistance that price would then reject out of. That's the idea. That's the theory. How much is Bookmap? About $100 a month without my code. You get 20% off with my code. What is lunchtime low? On ES, it's 6807.25. Hayden, this is NQ right here. I mean, ES. We're bouncing back and forth. This is NQ. We just took Asia on NQ. Just took lunchtime on ES. Yes, 5-minute chart. Why you say that, Aiden? Appreciate that, Alexis. Do not use your own money, Janko. Definitely, the way you would want to start is you want to start on paper. So you can get a TradingView account and it'll give you $100,000 of fake money that you can trade with. And once you've been doing that for a while where you have, you know, a couple months of wins, you're going to have red days, but I'm talking where you have weeks at a time where you have maybe one red day in those weeks. Then I would get an eval. I would get a prop firm eval. And then once you pass the eval, that's when you actually have a funded account at that point. So it's paper, eval, and then funded. There you go, Aaron. That's discipline right there, man. That's going to pay off in the long run. I was in major drawdown on my second ever XFA, and you calmed me down enough to get a little bit back. There you go, man, with clarity. Love that, dude. Which prop firm and how long does an eval take? It'll depend on what sales are going on at the time when you go to buy them. Right now, I would wait because you got Black Friday coming up. They typically do some pretty good Black Friday deals. Appreciate the follow, Jenko. So I would kind of hold off. If you're looking to buy one right now, I would hold off. But I trade with Apex Funded Trader Funding, Apex Trader Funding, something like that. Apex, that's what everybody knows it does. And Take Profit Trader. Those are the two that I trade. Ideal entry, take this age low, really strong rejection with a V-shaped recovery, breaker formation with that move, bullish gap created on the V-shape, tap back slightly into that bullish gap, clear rejection out of it. I'd open a long for the moon at that point. And I want to see the book map align with all of that. Then you get a prop firm on BF for the YOLO. Yeah. Isn't there a cheaper subscription for Bookmap? Then the Global Plus, yeah, but you need the Global Plus is what you need. Forgot exactly why, but that's when I was first getting into Bookmap. I signed up for the digital, I think, or the digital plus, and it didn't have everything I needed to be able to do what I was doing. So can't remember exactly what the reason is, Hugo. I should definitely have the reason off the top of my head for you, but look into it, and I think you'll discover what I'm talking about, that the Global Plus is what you want, which is the more expensive one, but it's the one that is the one you want. You got to think about it too, though. One trade with Bookmap, you're going to make your money back times 10, depending on how you're sized. Do I recommend shorting? No. I mean, you can do what you want, but I wouldn't do it. If I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to recommend you do something that I'm not doing myself. So if you don't see me doing it, then I would not recommend it. How long is my book map code active? What do you mean? Like how long does it apply the discount, or like how long am I going to have the code? I think it's only 1 month. I think it's only the first month, if I'm not mistaken. I just got it yesterday, so I'm not 100% sure. Took a short on the downtrend, up 400. There you go. Up 100. Very nice. Yeah, I'd wait. If you're looking for longs, like I said, just be patient. Wait. You're still not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet, so be really patient. Patience pays, man. I'm telling you, patience pays. There we go. NQ fully mitigated that gap, like I was saying. Now I want to see ES tap into it, and then we hopefully get our long out of it. My levels for long, the moon. No, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the pattern here on the way down, but typically TP1, TP2, they'd be swing highs. So like, let's just say it reversed right now, which it's not going to, I don't think, but if it did, TP1 would be this swing high right here at this level. Next one would probably be up here. Full TP, dude, I mean, I'd just leave a runner. Full TP would probably be London high, full move up here. You call it every time, dude, like clockwork. Are you related to JP Morgan by any chance? No, man, you do this. I'm telling you, once you guys develop the patience and the clarity, you start to see, you see this stuff. This isn't hard. I'm not special here. You're going to do this too very soon. Just get the patience. Use this indicator for new week opening gap. Is Alpha Futures legit? Yeah, it is. Alpha Futures is legit. Bitcoin. What's it doing right now? It's down. It's down 1.26%. I mark my levels like that. So I use this indicator to just get it to display on my screen. And then I use the ray tool. I use this tool right here. And somebody actually drew to my attention, when you're holding down to like drag this part of the ray. Love your streams. Appreciate that, Hugo. You can actually hit the shift key and it'll perfectly align it. I didn't know that. I was doing something different before, but I do that. So I use that indicator to show me exactly the levels, and then I draw them with this so I can have the indicator off. I draw them with the ray tool, and I have presets. So all of these presets here I have like for labels. How I use my standard deviation tool. Typically we go off of the last leg to sweep in a V-shaped recovery. So you can do it like this. How would I do it? So like with this right here, I would use the Fibonacci retracement tool and have that set right there. So that 4 standard deviations would be the full move. That's kind of where you see the rejection happening right there. 2 to 2.5 is typically the sweet spot, but 4 standard deviations is the full move. These are the standard deviation settings. Screenshot these real quick because I'm going to bounce back because I think we're getting ready to tap back into the gap. On the fib tool. This is the fib tool. Fully traversed there. Once low taken. New York AM coming. 2780, 6785. $7.75. Be interesting to see what happens here. I'm gonna widen this out a little bit. Not yet, Alex. Have not. My Chris Bumpstead. Look, my new video. I got you. Know I'll do it after the stream. the top level for my new week opening gap on ES. You look like Erickson. Second time today somebody said that. I have no clue who that is. This is S&P 500, bro. Not sure what IC markets are. I appreciate all those follows. I think you guys might have actually just put me over 15K, to be honest with you. I haven't checked, but let's see. You did. Appreciate it. Appreciate that a lot. It says 15K, then it says 14,982, so I'm not sure if that's accurate. Appreciate you guys. Am I trading Bitcoin right now? No, this is ES futures. You're saying on the body instead of the wicks? Is that what you're saying? On the open and close? I see what you're saying. I've heard other people say that too. Then I've seen other people do it on the wicks as well. So yeah, I hear you on that. Man, those shorts would have played out so good this morning, but it's all right. Dude, don't kick yourself. Don't. I think this long, because this has kind of been just what we would call the staircase down and then the elevator back up. I think that's what we'll see. So I think once you get the staircase, the slow staircase down, and you reach the bottom, I think the elevator is going to be pretty swift to the upside. So don't kick yourself about missing that short. That's what my gut's telling me from watching the charts. What's in WOG? New week opening gap. So when the markets closed on Friday at 4 or 5, and then they reopen Sunday night at 6, that's the gap that was created. So price closed right here on Friday, and then that's the gap when it opened back up on Sunday. I do see, yeah, I got a girl. Very, very beautiful girl. Very special. What have I done for God? Wow. Took the short down to that imbalance. What time do you get off the charts? Probably not too long from now, to be honest, because I got class hour and a half from now. I got to do some stuff before then. Got to finish up a little bit of homework. I got to do some studying because I have a quiz this afternoon. 2 quizzes, actually. Stopped on that pullback, up 2.2K on the day. Very nice. Not yet, Reaper, no. I don't know, no. What student am I? I'm studying economics. Quick K and I'm done. There you go. Don't do this to me. You're not going to do this. I'd be so pissed if ES just reversed right here without hitting these lows. Do I stream somewhere else besides TikTok? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. ChristianTrades Live on YouTube. On the tube. No, we haven't touched it on ES. No. That's what this is down here. Price is up here. How hinch? What is hinch? I have never heard that adjective. Big Alan. Thanks, man. Still a lot of work to the downside. Hopefully we sweep those levels. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too. New week opening gap down here. Tap into this at 67.88 would be nice. 67.85 would be the level that I'd want to be looking for a reversal out of. But it could all go all the way down. Henchman. Yeah, NQ has fully traversed or fully mitigated, whatever you want to use. I didn't even see what he said, AH. Yeah, I still think that we're pushing lower here. I'd be surprised if it turned around this close to the gap. I think we tap into it and then turn around. Just gonna log and close your laptop. It's one way to do it. Set it and forget it. No stop loss either. This is the 15-minute. How long have you been trading? 4 years. There's a big dump. Man, I'm gonna need a nap today so bad. I've been up since 3. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. When did you start being profitable? I started taking consistent payouts about 4 months ago. I took payouts before then, but they weren't consistent. They were pretty sporadic. But I've been taking consistent payouts for the past 4 months. You self-taught? Partially. My psychology is not self-taught. You didn't sleep at all? That's not good, see? I combine order flow and momentum with ICT concepts. Dang, dude. Robbie, that's dedication, man. What's the Discord? It should be in the bio. There's a link tree, but just in case it's not there, I'll send the link here. It'll let me. There it is right there in the chat. Who taught you your psychology? I learned a lot from a guy named ChristianTrades. He was instrumental, and I would do this, like what you guys are doing, watching me sit here and not taking trades. I'd watch him do that, and I'd be like thinking I knew better than, not knew better than him, but I would not be able to control myself, and I'd be like, man, this is gonna go short here, this is gonna go long, and I'd end up getting screwed, and he'd just be sitting on his hands like a tiger in the grass, man, just waiting to pounce. And he'd see the setup he'd been waiting for the whole time, and then I'd take that setup with him, and instead of being in profit, I would be basically back to break even because I would lose money while he was sitting there waiting, and then I'd take the trade with him and then win. And it'd be like, man, if I just waited not taking that trade prior to him, you know, if I just waited and been more patient, I'd be up so much right now. And instead, I'm just basically right back where I started. I got tired of that. So I'd rather sit here and not take a trade and not lose money and have to catch up. You know what I mean? PJ done an individual study, yeah. Trades NASDAQ. I trade NASDAQ too. I mean, it just seems like recently I've been trading more ES. PJ trades, yeah. PJ, like like purple, like P is in purple, yeah. PJ. Appreciate that, Robbie. T-Trades is goated, man. I recommend T-Trades to a lot of people. Well, Brian, so last month I had 20 funded Apex and I had 5 funded TPT accounts. And around, not last month, September. Last month I did great. September I was doing well until like the 22nd. Blew them all in one day because I broke my rules and just had jump time, man. I just had a complete blow up. So since then is how I've built back up. I'm back up to 10 Apex accounts and 5 TPT accounts. And I'm just adding one account every so often. When I take a payout from TPT, which is usually on a daily basis, I'll just take part of it and go either activate another Apex account or buy another eval and work on passing it, activate it, pass it, just building back up to 20. What's up, Pete? How's it going, man? Just saw you in there. My bad. Do you feel like you need those losses? I mean, if you're one of those people that has to touch the fire to know that it's hot, yeah. I mean, I am that type of person. So yeah, I think I had to go through it. You another Bible verse? We read one earlier, Bryson. I'll read another one. Let's see. I'll find one for us. There's a couple good ones right here, man. I like all 3 of these. This is Jeremiah 33:3, King James Version. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Then you got Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not be worried about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. I like that. Pete, I haven't checked it out yet, man. I haven't checked. I saw another guy on TikTok last night posting a video about YM. Seems like that's becoming more popular. Will, I'd say both for right now, man. 9 to 5 and trade, if you can manage. Until you're reaching a salary point where you're outweighing your 9 to 5, I'd keep the 9 to 5. Why not do both? I mean, once you develop a system with trading, you're not streaming, you're not doing anything like that, so you can kind of do it anywhere, anytime. Once you develop a system that works, you don't need to be on the charts for very long. So you could realistically be working any other job and be doing this too. I know it's not the most ideal way to do it, but can't trade and do a 9 to 5. You can if you're serious. What you can do is you can wake up. If you're working a 9 to 5, you can wake up early and trade London. If you can't trade while you're at work, trade London session. I've done that before. I had class over the summer. I had class that started at 9:45. So what I would do is wake up super early and trade London. Missy says, "Don't tell her boss. She's doing it right now." Doc says he does it. He works overnight shift. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Guy on Robbie over here on YouTube says working night shifts been my biggest benefit since I got home. right before the market opens. And I'll be on the charts at work for an hour before I get home. Randall says, I traded in school a couple times and like my mental is just everywhere. Yeah, it's probably not the best. I don't do it while I'm in class, typically. How do you overcome analysis paralysis? Size down. Take smaller trades. You might be oversizing, or even if you're not oversizing, realistically, there's something psychologically about that sizing. So just size down. Try 1 or 2 micros. Build that confidence up that you're seeing correctly, like what you're seeing is actually there. Already been studying for a year, backtested so much, and then prof, never traded London. When you say you're profitable, so Will, my definition of profitable, this is my rule of thumb for profitability. I don't claim, even right now, I don't claim to be profitable because I've seen so many times with trading people who will go 1, 2, 3, 4 months of taking payouts and then they just absolutely go cold, man. They'll go cold for like a year sometimes and don't take a single payout. So my rule of thumb is, and that's an extreme example, but my rule of thumb is for me personally, I need to be taking payouts every chance that I can, every payout window, whether it's every 8 days or every 5 days, consistently for 9 to 12 months. And that's kind of at the point where you're like, this is not a fluke. This is not coming in spurts. This is me. I have full control over my mental faculties, my emotional control, my market analysis. This is actually a system that works and it's repeatable and it's effective. And that at that point, that's profitability. Now, the literal definition of it, are you making more money than you're spending? That is one definition. But when I think profitability, I think this is something that is a job where you can make financial decisions with the idea that there's income coming in from this exact thing, whether it's buying a car, buying a house, or doing something, like that. What is up with these bots, man? Nah, Pete, we didn't take anything. We've been eyeballing what I've been looking for. The majority of this session has been price to come into this new week opening gap and then to get back out of it. The V shape. Yeah, Robbie, I agree with you. How tall are you, Chris? 6'4". You can mute the bots from commenting. Interesting. I almost said 6'7". You guys have screwed my brain up with that bull crap, dude. I don't even know what it is or what it means. It's so stupid. I don't get it. It means nothing. Yeah, I don't know what it means, man. How old are you? 32. These are ugly 5-minute candles right here. Very ugly. Appreciate that, Maya. Yeah. Didn't know that. Why going to school so late? Because short answer is that I was a screw up when I was a kid. I went a different route than most people went. More detailed explanation. I worked on cars for a number of years and did that until COVID and decided I landed a job after that with working for a law firm. Got very fortunate, had that job and fell in love with doing that work and decided I wanted to go back to school and become an attorney. So picked up trading along the way and that's progressed pretty rapidly. How much have I made? So far this year, I've done well. Enough to where it's like I'm pretty confident I'm not going to go to law school. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm still trucking along on that same path. So. Do I think I'm going to enter a trade today? Yeah, if we get these lows and get what I'm looking for. Yeah, I do enjoy the law. Yeah, mostly business-related stuff. But in general, yeah, I enjoy the law. Do you backtest? I used to backtest a lot, but I have a strategy down pat. I know that it works. I think backtesting is great for learning how to read price action and testing setups, testing different strategies. I have my strategy. I know it works. I don't deviate. So I don't really backtest anymore. I think once you have that down, there's really no need. Was trading easier before Trump? There was less volatility. There was less craziness in terms of like one tweet being able to just cause a 1,000-point drop in the market. So if you own stocks, you can borrow against it, right? Yeah, I mean, if you own enough, yeah. You saw my comment on that guy's page, I think, is what you're asking that for. How many credits do you have, Bachelors? How many credits do I have right now? I'm a junior, so halfway through my junior year, whatever credit ratio or whatever credits are required for that level. I know it works the other way around, but I'm a junior. Going into the second semester almost of junior year. Undergraduate, bachelor's degree. I appreciate that, Hugo. Best advice for a young trader, stay patient. Don't rush the process. Appreciate that, Robbie. You're the man, dude. School to go to? UNC Chapel Hill. Tar Holes. Small win stack. There you go. Appreciate that follow, guys. Appreciate that a lot. Why'd you drop out when you were young? Because I was heavily into drugs. And I didn't enjoy being told what to do and being in school. Enjoyed learning, but I enjoyed learning about what I wanted to learn about. Yeah. Appreciate that, man. God bless you too. There's a way out. Judino, is that how you say your name? There's a better way, man. Promise you that. If that is you. Well, I'm speaking about the drugs part. The school part, I can't say that I blame you for that. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Is trading your only source of income? It's the main one. Yeah, it's the main one right now. High school is whack. Yeah, but you got to do it. Just get it done. Can I explain NYAML? New York AM low. It's the lowest point that we were in the AM session of New York back on Monday. Yes, I do, Will. Yeah. I would like to see Asia low get dug into. When did you start trading? Hugo, I started trading about 4 years ago. What was your DOC? I liked it all, man, but what really took a toll on me was probably heroin. Yeah. It's the one that'll get you the quickest. Wasn't much that I didn't like though. What was the biggest thing that's flipped the profitability switch? Being patient. Just being patient, man. No, just losing that feeling, finding a way to get rid of that feeling of having to be in a trade or having to take a trade that day. Being okay with just not taking a trade if you don't see something that looks really good to you. Yeah, somebody taught me that thing with the shift button the other day, dude. They left a comment on one of my videos and I had no idea. Xannies in high school, yeah, Xannies definitely don't help, man. P.S. I'm gonna jump off, run some errands. Have a great day. Appreciate that, Pete. You too, man. Thanks for being here, dude. Always good to see you. Below the funded, what book map am I getting for GC and NQ? So you get the regular book map subscription, you get the Global Plus subscription, and then you need to get COMEX for gold, COMEX, and then you need CME for NASDAQ and S&P futures. It'll say CME with mini or something, or maybe I'm thinking TradingView, but you need CME. Time you hit the gym? I don't know, dude. This week I've been absolutely slammed. I have class in an hour, and then I have another class after that. I have a paper I have to write that's due tonight. Dre, I see you. Yeah, you got some, like, looks like maybe Korean symbol is your name. How do I handle greed? It's tough. It's a tough battle, man. I mean, I just look at this to try to pay. It's a means to an end. Like, I don't know. I don't feel. I've never really felt the greed thing, so I don't really know. I don't know how to fight it. I mean, there's some times where I'm like, oh, if I'd held that trade, I could have made this amount. Yeah, but you took a good trade and you're green. So I guess, you know. Am I gonna hop back on the charts after class? I have class until 6 o'clock tonight, 6:15. So probably not. Do I live on campus? No, I do not. I had to ask. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Randall. I've been there. Start talking to trees and crawling around in the yard. I've been there. I have some stories I could tell you about that. This is not ideal. I'm actually probably about to jump off of here, go eat lunch, because price action between now and 1 o'clock is not going to be ideal. So what I think I'm going to do is make that happen. I got to go make some food. I got some homework I got to catch up on real quick, do a little studying before this quiz, make sure that I'm not ill prepared. No, I haven't taken anything yet. Waiting for a long out of this, tap into this new week opening gap. I appreciate you guys, though. Thanks for all the follows and the gifts and everybody engaging in the conversation. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate it. Congrats. Yeah, 15K is big, man. Appreciate you guys following. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be live 9 a.m. just like normal, and we'll hopefully be able to take a trade on live. I'll try to do, if I do take a trade today, I'll make sure that I screen record it and I'll post it for you guys to see. So I appreciate it. You guys be good. Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you, Randall. Appreciate you, Robbie, over there in the on the YouTube. Appreciate that. God bless you guys. Take it easy. What price is new week opening gap? It's here, real quick. That's on ES. 67.65 is the top. 67.88 is the bottom. Y'all be good.